First, we will look at the introduction. As we know, Georgetown, Penang was located at Malaysia and become one of the 4 heritage sites in Malaysia. In Malaysia, there are 4 heritage sites was certificated by UNESCO, which is Melaka, Georgetown, Pegong Valley, Perak Kinabalu Park, and Gunung Mulu National Park Sarawak. Georgetown Penang was listed in the World Heritage Site on 2008 based on Criteria 2, Criteria 3, and Criteria 4. Other reason why the UNESCO put Georgetown as World Heritage Site is because of the many biggest collection of pre-war structure with a unique architectural. That's no comparison with other countries in Southeast Asia. The multi-ethnic society that can be found today also be one of the reasons why Georgetown Penang become World Heritage Site. In 1786, British established Georgetown as a free port. This incident turned the Georgetown into global trading from all over the world, such as India, China, and Arab. As a result, Georgetown grew into multi-ethnic society that still we can found until today.
Next is outstanding universal value. My first point is Georgetown Heritage Celebration. The Georgetown Heritage Festival is an annual event organized by Georgetown World Heritage Incorporated. The festival emphasizes participatory and teaching activities such as a seminar and presentation that take place at street in the history enclave. The festival continues to be a much anticipated event by the public as well, attracting visitors to local and international festivals who have the opportunity to dive themselves in the living tradition. It also highlights the need and importance of caring for Georgetown's great universal aspiration for future generations. And my second point is heritage and conservation workshop. Penang Short House have a lot of history importance. Therefore, it's important to maintain it. Many things what we can do such as 1. Start in history. 2. From the architecture. 3. Architecture history. 4. Material used in the past. And the last one is a build method of the past year.
Next, diversity of culture, heterogeneous and traditional. Georgetown demonstrates that ASEAN diverse legacy and traditional, which serves as a beautiful meeting place for civilization and regulation, are still alive and well. The diversity of regulation building design demonstrate the existence of variance and equally growing belief values, whether tangible or intangible. This could be a tribute to ASEAN regulation achievement. Traditional mode of delivery express knowledge and skill are examples of intelligent culture record that are passing down from generation to generation. Our community must investigate and safeguard Georgetown culture and heterogeneous interests, which are important to the site's unique quality and integrity as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Region with a special relevant historical structure must participate in the maintenance of life culture heterogeneity as well as a party with social, spiritual or other cultural or obligated in cultural asset. Every year, Georgetown World Heritage Incorporated will organize the Georgetown Heritage Festival, which will have a distinct theme. Several community seminars and activities will held to promote Georgetown intangible country heritage. Visitors can also learn about immerse themselves in regulation activity in Georgetown by participate in heritage celebrated program that involve visit to regulation place. Throughout this meaningful annual festival, local community have a chance to share their culture and custom with thousands of tourists from across the world who come to experience Georgetown cultural richness. The project was a success in terms of attracting tourists and raising awareness about the importance of protecting Georgetown outstanding universal value of future generation. In this table, we can see that the statistic of Penang domestic tourists. The number of domestic visitors arrived in Penang, recording in 2019, was a total of 15.41 million people, with an increase of 6.7% year-over-year before. However, the number of arrival tourists decreased to 3.90 million tourists compared 4 million tourists in 2018. Next, strategy in managing the sustainable development. First is retention and preservation of historic heritage place. Georgetown is a tourist attraction in Malaysia, since it has a historic district that is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The uniqueness of the present historic buildings has attracted a lot of travelers from everywhere in the world. On Armenia Street, Georgetown is one of the favorite locations for travelers to return and visit. This is because of the variety of tourist items available, such as paintings and sculptures, as well as the uniqueness of the prevalent historic background. In the Armenia Road Rigage, there is a variety of historic landscape artwork that is still amazing, with a lifestyle of contrasting of sculpture from the influence of Western imperial technology. That is an image of the Georgetown, image of the town's identity. Building system that reflect cultural sculpture that have already been promoted will be impress people to return to Armenia Street. Any preservation of keep homes, namely, had to go through unique tactic set by the Penang Municipal Council (MPPP), whose goal now no longer tarnish the prevailing identification and background sculpture. This is one of the government dream in keeping the sustainable of the town and the authenticity of the background in Georgetown, especially at Armenia Street. So that is stay for generation to return.
My next point is draft UNESCO Georgetown Special Area Plan (SAP). The state government through the Penang Town and Central Planning Department Plans Malaysia wants the people of Penang to be specifically involved in the framework of the UNESCO Georgetown Special Area Plan (AZMI). This is said because the view of the people are very important in preserving and maintaining UNESCO status. The main objective of this SAP is to benefit the people of Penang. Therefore, the state government welcomes the involvement of all sections of the community to be able to jointly maintain the state land heritage. In addition, the people can diversify the function of historical relic according to the local community in Penang. The last point is enforce the act and the law. The government plays an important role in formulating development policies so that it is planned and implemented sustainable. This is said to be so because the law governs and preserves historic heritage sites that have been recognized by UNESCO. The law needs to strengthened so that future generations can enjoy the development of a country covered in natural greenery and historic holdings. The rule of law is important for development because it is a secure person security through social and economic justice, guarantee property security and contract enforcement through a system that balances power by strengthening accountability as well as securing good governance.
Next, last but not least, in conclusion, the city's form is the product of earlier age transformation and change in urban morphology. It can be fixed in this regard through a succession of Georgetown's physical and spatial environment in the context of greater historical, social, cultural, political and economic process. Second, transition from a pre-colonial insular island to a free port and from an Aboriginal settlement to a metropolitan city based on specific geography, politics, economy and culture. That means Georgetown's transformation from a pre-colonial insular island to a free port and from an Aboriginal settlement to a metropolitan city, which began in the late 18th century, is so obvious that I fit it. Then, the process of colonial urbanization was accelerated by the development of urban areas and the injection of cash into urban growth. During the colonial period, human intervention greatly altered the urban form. Clearly, it was a historical process in which the continuous growth of urban areas caused the destruction of ancient elements of the urban form, which were gradually replaced by new elements. Next, a port is more than simply a geographical site. It's also an economic structure, and various port towns evolved throughout the colonial era in Southeast Asia, including Malacca, Singapore and Manila. Then, during the colonial period, these ports were fixed in some fashion, with urbanization and industrialization based on regional or interregional trading system. And second last part, colonialism and the trendy ports role became the basic driving force behind urban spatial reconstruction. That means, as a result, colonialism and the trading port role had a significant regional and spatial impact on urban morphology. The last part, the discovery and interpretation of urban evolution in a more scientific manner are based on the study of urban morphology in Georgetown. Nothing is permanent, and traditional features of urban structure have taken on new meanings and roles as part of the historic city's restoration process. As a result, and urban morphological analysis can help with historic building conservation, historic urban landscape conservation, historic street conservation, old dwelling quarters conservation, and public life conservation. So next, we can see historical place in Georgetown. There are several historical places. Among the examples, street art kids on bicycle, old man, Yet Kongsi, hot cake Chensi, iron wall caricature, houses in Armenian Street, Penang. So that's all from us, and thank you.